This video was sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Alright, so strong pack. I think we take the Mythic. It's very strong, draws you cards, comes down on a lot of boards and just wins you the game. Great card. We've also got Yodian Dissident, which is quite strong. It's it and Junkyard Genius. Those two signpost uncommons are both powerhouse, like value town. Well, this one's more about value. The other one's just about killing your opponent quickly. But they're both really great. But yeah, we take Gix. He's monocolored and better than this anyway. So I haven't actually gotten to play with it yet either. So, oh boy, I wonder what a retro frame artifact was in this pack, because we got past an autonomous assembler, which is super good even if you have no white mana in your deck. So we're happily taking it. We also want to keep an eye out for self-assemblers, because this is an assembly worker. And being able to search up one of the best cards in your deck is pretty good, I hear. So Hulking Metamorph's pretty good. Iron Croc Crusher's not bad. This is not so good. Diabolic Intent is a bad limited card. Even though, it's like, look, a rare that's in our color, but it's not a good one. So we're being nudged a little in the direction of white. So the Vanguard, I guess, is sort of on the table, but I think like Iron Croc Crusher and the Metamorph are probably the best cards in this pack, and I think I like the Crusher a little bit more. Yeah, let's get a Crusher. Even if you have a crazy bomb in your deck, it's not worth it, no. There's not really a bomb so good in this format that it's like unbeatable. I mean, maybe there's one or two, but 2 for winning yourself and paying a bunch of mana to search up any card in your deck isn't good. I mean, it sounds like it would be, but it's not. Okay, so we probably take the Evangel. This is another good signpost. I don't think it's quite as good as the other two I mentioned, but it does combo really well with well, not really. Because it doesn't, it gets a stats boost and menace, and I'll have drawn the card later. But it's great either way. It's a good 2-drop, and then just a 2-mana 2/3 that loots when it enters is a card you always play in limited, and this one does some silly stuff. It's actually pretty aggressive if you can get it going early, and it's not that hard because you can play Flasks and Refractors. So yeah, we're going to take the Evangel. I do like Prison Sentence, but I like the Evangel enough to take it here. Okay, so there's another Iron Croc Crusher, which is interesting. We're still not locked in any direction. Warlord's Elite has gone up for me a little bit the more I play this format, partly because of the Recommission combo, which is pretty sweet. Ambush Paratrooper's nice. Yeah, maybe I just want a Paratrooper. I think I probably do. These cards are okay. Moment of Defiance, it can be sweet sometimes with Evangel, but yeah, I think we'll take a Paratrooper. There's a Corrupt. Corrupt's always interesting. Is it worth taking a flyer on here and seeing if we can go mostly mono black? I mean, I think it is. It's a very real card, and this pack doesn't have anything great in it. Like, Thraxodemon and Gixian Infiltrator are fine. But I think Corrupt's good enough that you kind of take a look at it. I mean, we kind of have to get a second one to really feel like we're getting there on a Corrupt deck, but maybe we will, and I think it's worth taking a flyer on. Okay, so we have some good red cards here. All 3 of them were in our 7-win deck we just played, so that's kind of funny. We've also got Aeronaut Cavalry, which is pretty good. I do think I let myself be nudged in the direction of white a little bit here, just because I've already got Assembler and Paratrooper. I do love Strongbow and Goblin Blast Runner, but I think the Cavalry is a pretty nice card, too. All right, Survivor of Corliss has been surprisingly good. I could try to take more black cards because we have Gix and Corrupt, but, the black cards in this pack just aren't that good. And the Survivor has turned out to be a pretty nice 1-drop. All right, that's a nice Blitz Automaton. The other option is the Onulet, which is fine. That's probably what I end up taking. I think Blitz Automaton is better, but given where we are, I think I like what I did. Okay, so we could lean a little into Soldiers here and take an Air Marshal, which would mean we don't get to play Gix, potentially. Could also just take Military Discipline, which has been a nice trick. It's really what we're looking at, these two cards. This is too slow, this is too weak, and Firebomb's too slow too. And Exemplar's better if we were like mono-colored. I think I go with the blue card in the end. None of these blue cards are super good. I think I will take a Moment of Defiance now. Again, nothing great here. We're going to take the rare for the gems. All right, Locust is fine. So black looks like it might be open enough. Kind of doesn't feel like green's going to happen. I think we're going to be black-white. Or maybe blue-black. I mean, I guess blue-white is a small possibility, too. But probably the smallest possibility of them all. That's a last pick Strongbow. That is pretty wild. Really bad rare. Luckily, it's not in our color, because that makes it even more frustrating. Alright, so got some good stuff here. Scrapwork Mutt is pretty good. The Elite is going to be pretty decent in this deck. Emergency Weld is always nice. Basically always want one Emergency Weld if you're going to be in a black deck. So the Mutt, obviously you want to be able to unearth it, but if you have like 2 sources of red lying around, it's still worth playing. I mean, even if you don't, it's an okay 2-drop, frankly. But, yeah. Emergency Weld. I think I'm leaning Emergency Weld here. It's always better when you have things like an Assembler and a Gix that are really strong. So it kind of feels like black-white is our most likely course here, which is a fine place to be. I don't take the clock because it's horrible and limited. That's why. Untapping all your stuff just doesn't matter enough in limited to be worth a whole card. You know, you're not doing like crazy mana rock combo things like you can in Commander. Prospectors, you know, if you end up in the right deck, namely the green-white one, the Prospector gets kind of interesting. Otherwise, it's not very good. I think we'd probably just take a Disfigure here. There's a Self-Assembler, which we have some extra interest in because we have an Autonomous Assembler. We would still want to pick up like one more Assembly Worker to really feel good about it, but I think maybe we still take it here. Scrapwork Rager's a little worse in this format than it would normally be. Disenchant and Airlift Chaplain are both pretty good as well. Am I just supposed to take one of them instead of something that tutors up one of the best cards in our deck? It's kind of the question. I think we take an Assembler. Alright, and we get paid back by getting an Airlift Chaplain anyway, which I will take happily. Do need to lower our curve significantly. Was Nikolai Bolas playing limited and he made 118 Power Stones? That's wild. Adaptive Automaton is an interesting one. How are we doing on creatures? So we got 3 soldiers, 4 humans. I mean, I think we probably do it. Not really interested in Riposte or Prospector in this deck. So yeah, I think we just take an Automaton here. He was using that excavation too. Wild. That is some nonsense for sure. Probably take a Disenchant now. Mox Amber, not a card you want in limited. In this format anyway. There's some formats where it might be okay. Although, we had it in, I think it was originally printed in Dominaria, and that set has a legendary theme, and it still wasn't good, so I'm not so sure. Excuse me. Need more low drops. Here's a recommission, a card that has been surprisingly nice. Here's a mine worker. It's not great, but in a world where I have a self-assembler, it gets a little bit better. And we need 2 drops pretty bad. I think I'm going to take it over recommission here. Am I? Yeah, I think I will. Okay, here's an Evolving Wilds. Those are always nice. Also, a Reconstructed Thopter and a Military Discipline, though. I'd probably take a Thopter. Okay, I will take a Survivor of Corliss. We do need... It's better in a deck where we can make it better a little more easily. Right now, we've only got the Cavalry. Well, we have Cavalry and... Where is our... Did I put it over here? Did we glitch out? Oh, there it is. The Adaptive Automaton. I guess we're going to take a Prospector now. I don't think we're playing it. You have to have the green-white Signpost uncommon, more or less, for it to be worth it. All right. Skullflare is fine. I think I like it more than the Medic. The Medic is a soldier, which matters, but not that much. Yeah, Aeronaut's Wings is not the worst card in the world. Ooh, nice. So Gixian Puppeteer is a great pickup. We're not that good at drawing extra cards, but a 4-mana 4/3 that reanimates a 3-mana or less creature is great anyway, so we're not going to complain. And yeah, I would love Vanguards. Like, this is a really quality 2-drop in the format, but the Puppeteer is good enough that we have to take it here. I do like Remorse as well, but Puppeteer time it is. I do love Feldon, but it's not really possible for us. If I'd picked up an Evolving Wilds, we might have had a shot at splashing a Skyfisher Spider. As is, I don't love our chances. I'm kind of thinking about the Frontliner. It's a low drop, importantly. The Gigamol's nice too, but this is a pretty nice aggro card overall. It's also a soldier, which we have 1 card that cares about. So I think we take Frontliner here. Basically, all the 1-drops and 2-drops in this format are better than they look. It's sort of a rule of thumb. It's not always true, but, you know, it's frequently true. I think here we'll take a Gigamole over a second Disenchant. Yeah. We have enough assembly workers. I don't really need to grab another one to make our self-assembler good. Gurgling Anointer is okay. We are doing better on 1s and 2s. We're not good enough at drawing cards for the Anointer to be great, though. We do have 3 1-drops, which can all be brought back to life with Gurgling Anointer. But maybe Recommission is just going to be better. We have a lot of quality cards to reanimate with it, so including Gix. So I think we probably want 1 Recommission in this deck to go with 1 Emergency Weld. I think we're good now on sort of artifact recursion, creature recursion. I do love me some Trench Stalker, but I don't think we're good enough at drawing, like I said earlier. So it's probably Gigamole time. Thraxodemon's definitely nice, but I think given what our deck looks like, Recommission was better. How many artifacts do we have again? We have 8. I think that makes Loron pretty appealing. We do have a 2-drop here, but I think we have 2, 3, 4. Ugh, we still only have 5, which isn't a disaster, but it's not great. Yeah, I'm still taking Loran. Too good. All right, Warplow's a nice pickup. It can be a 2-drop. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy to take it. It's a 2-drop when you need it to be. It's also true, actually, of our Assembler. I forgot. I don't love the idea of playing it on turn 2 because it dies to, like, everything. But another Warlord's Elite. How are we doing on soldiers at this point? 5. I don't think an elite is going to be enough soldier-wise that I end up running the cavalry. Maybe it is. Basically, I'm trying to decide between War Plow and Elite. I do like Gruesome Realization a reasonable amount. I think I just take another War Plow. Well, this is a fine 2-drop. I mean, it doesn't always do something, but it's a cheap 2-drop that happens to be an artifact, so. Another Mine Worker, sure. Don't think we're running more than one. Deck looks pretty good. We didn't really get there on any significant kind of synergy, which isn't like a requirement in this format. But I am a little worried we might not be synergistic enough to do some serious work here. Power Blade gets interesting when you have Survivor of Corliss. That's for sure. Okay. So, definitely don't need 3 Gigamoles. I think we probably cut all the way down to 1. It's way better in, like, black-green than it is in this deck. Especially because we don't have the graveyard angle going that strongly in this particular deck. I think we cut a Disenchant. We have 6 soldiers, 8 humans, 4 constructs, so we definitely want to leave in Adaptive Automaton. You know, I think sometimes people are like, well, I'm not the soldier deck, so I can't run it, but, you know, imagine that this is a 3-mana 2/2 that buffs 2 of your creatures, and that's what it is a lot of the time, because you can just name whatever you have in play. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good card overall. Probably don't play the Power Blade in the end. My voice reminds her of the piggy bank from Toy Story. That's interesting. That's the guy who plays Cliff in Cheers, I think. I don't remember what his name is off the top of my head, but I don't think I've been told I sound like him before. Yeah, John Ratzenberger, that's it. Yeah, I don't really... I mean, tricks are good. Especially, but I think we probably cut Moment of Defiance. We're not really doing acrobat things with this deck. You know, we need sack fodder. Do I want Aeronaut's Wings in it? It's solid, so maybe. We're not amazing at loading the graveyard for Skull Flayer. And yeah, I think we cut the wings. Although, I don't think we actually do cut the wings. I think they're going to be pretty decent in this deck, partly because of the survivors, but we don't have that much flying, so... So, do we want cavalry in a deck that's going to be making not that many soldiers? I mean, 5 isn't the worst number, but it's not the greatest either. This can also be a soldier, worth noting, if we name soldier. Yeah, the Onulet could be cut. It's worth remembering our curve looks more like this as well. Yeah, the Onulet is not great. I think we've got enough for the cavalry to be worth it. We're definitely not drawing any extra cards, but we have plenty of things to reanimate with the Puppeteer, so I think that's okay. Wonder if I'm just supposed to cut a Survivor. If I do that, though, the Cavalry is suddenly also not super playable, so... Maybe I just cut Carrion Locust. I mean, it's okay, but I feel like our other 3-drops are all better. Yeah. All right. Do I want only 8 Swamps when I want to be able to play Gix on turn 3 consistently? Kind of think we flip it because War Plows are black 2-drops. Yeah. Okay. I've liked this format so far. I don't think it's like incredible, but it's good. You know, I liked Dominaria more for sure. All right. Well, we could definitely keep it. Well, if we draw Swamp next turn, we're going to really feel like we're in business. Worth remembering, we have 2 ways to get this back from the graveyard, so don't have to be too scared about running it out early. Not super good here, though. To run it out early, that is. Do I play my own Reconstructed Thopter? Or my Airlift Chaplain? Airlift Chaplain does make it more likely we have something in our graveyard for the Puppeteer. Should we play it next turn? Yeah, I think we'll play Airlift Chaplain here. We don't want to attack with the War Plow into a Reconstructed Thopter. Ouch. So we did just mill one of the ways we can bring it back, plus a Disfigure. This is the kind of mill that people always remember, and that's how they say, you know, self-mill is bad because you milled all... We would have liked the Swamp, too. But most of the time, self-mill is good. It's random. It's just like drawing a card. So it's usually... I mean, if you mill yourself a lot, the net gain is going to be more positive than negative, basically. I always love it when J. Dorfer says mill is the best removal. It's... I don't know how you can watch my content and still believe something like that, but that's okay, I guess. All right, so I think we play Gix here. And because we can get it back when they kill our Puppeteer, if that's what happens. Yeah, so let's play Gix. See what happens. I think he probably dies, but... I mean, if he doesn't, we're about to draw some cards. Well, we're going to draw 1 card. They're going to kill our War Plow, but we get to hit them for 2 and draw a card, which works for me. Especially once we get Puppeteer in play. That's going to be really silly. Well, I don't like that. I need removal for that Trench Stalker. Kind of have to hope that they just can't gain life with it. It's kind of where we are. Could play Automaton named Human, which is not the worst. Yeah, that's probably what we do. Human. So, drop him to 15. We get to draw another card. Or they block, which also works for me, frankly. Even on a... You know, that can come back, but... I can live with that. So, if they start being able to give this Death Touch and Lifelink, it is very hard to win. Very hard. So let's hope they can't. Okay. They're going to try to come in for a big swing here. Or... Oh, yeah, there we go. That makes more sense. Do I block Feldon with my automaton, knowing I can get it back later? I think that's fine. They do get a card out of it, but that's okay. I get rid of a source of damage. Uh-oh. Aeronaut's Wings is not great news for us. But you do get to play our Puppeteer here. Attack them for 2. And then we drain 2. This is a pretty gross combo, Puppeteer plus Gix. I don't know whether it'll be able to outrace a Trench Stalker with Aeronaut's Wings on it. We'll find out. I could have played my Revoker and named Aeronaut's Wings. Yeah, that was probably what we're supposed to do there. I think it's safe to say. Okay. Well, I've scared them into not attacking us. That part's good. So 3, 6. I could get back our Automaton or our War Plow. I could also just play Aeronaut's Wings on the Puppeteer and attack them, which is pretty good. And we could still play the Revoker. Yeah, so let's play Aeronaut's Wings. Let's put it on Gixian Puppeteer. The annoying thing about naming Aeronaut's Wings is I have to lose my own, but I can name Pendragon Strongbow, which is pretty good. Wonder whether I'm supposed to name Phyrexian now, because I would have 2 in play, but then I have 2 humans in my hand to go with this human. I'm not playing it this turn anyway, but I was curious. Oh, okay, so we definitely pay 1 and draw, because then we drain 2. Then we play Revoker and name Pendragon Strongbow, I think. I could name the Wings, but I think naming Strongbow is better, partly because it's one-sided. All right, we got there. If we can get Gixen and Gixian Puppeteer together every game, I mean, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. To say the least. No 2-drops. I mean, we could play Aeronaut's Wings on turn 2. It's not exactly amazing, but, yeah. It's an okay hand. Well, we drew a 2-drop. That's always nice when you need one. Be a good time for a... Oh my god. I was gonna say, it'd be a good time for a Disfigure. So, playing out Assembler is dangerous, but if I can do it and keep it around, obviously it's pretty good. The reason it's dangerous is it dies to, like, everything right now. I think I play the War Plow. Look at all these one and two drops that they already have in play. It's like I'm playing against Affinity or something. Ooh, spicy. If you can play that super early when you're not under pressure, it's pretty good. I think it's a bit of a problem in this format overall. Just because it's so expensive and in terms of life too. But they're going to be able to untap here and crank out a 7/7. Like if I had... if I had removal for it right here, it would be amazing. We do have a Disenchant somewhere in our deck, but it didn't show up. So it's going to be tough to beat. We will disfigure this Teething Wormlet, though. I'm going to attack them because I can't block the Sprite with this anyway. And then I'm going to play this as a 2-drop. So, you know, if you're ahead and you play this, it's amazing. If you're at parity or behind, it's not that good, but they were definitely ahead, so. Yeah, I was worried that might happen. That gives me more time to find a Disenchant. We didn't do it, though. Constructs. Thopter. We're not doing great in the whole mana. In the area of mana, but, yeah. So I think we attack for 1 again, because, again, not really blocking either of these. It'll be good to deal with the first processor token, I guess. Yeah, let's play Airlift Chaplain, see what we can find. Okay, so Processor actually turns off, or Revoker turns off Processor. So I think I grab it here. They have to make a token now, and then they're not able to make another one, in which case we're in pretty good shape until they kill our Revoker, that is, you know, which could happen. So yeah, let's play Revoker. Name Processor. Attack for 1. Play Aeronaut's Wings. Uh-oh. Okay. It's back online now until I can get that back one way or another. Alright, so we definitely block this. So I can get it back now. Name the Processor again. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good draw. We have a couple cards that could have done it, I guess, but still. You know, I think we really need to block. Oh, I'll be able to block it anyway. So yeah, we'll attack for 1. Alright, so we're going to try to kill the Stalwart here. Looks like we do. Look at that, mana. Mana's a wonderful thing. So we attack them for 1 again. And I think we play Self-Assembler. Unfortunately, we have to get our bad Assembly Worker, but it's still a card. so we'll take it. Our other one's in the graveyard. Okay, I mean, if you want to use a trick here to punch through my Self-Assembler, I think I'm okay with it. Yep. And they don't even get a counter, so I'm really okay with that. 5 mana. Construct, Thopter, Construct. I think I'd probably just play 2 things here. I'm going to attack them for 3. Then we're going to play... The only bummer is I can't block this, but that should be okay. So let's play Reconstructed Thopter and Mineworker. Probably going to trade Mineworker for Opportunist. It's pretty hilarious that our Revoker basically won us that game. We didn't get our Disenchant, but we were able to just turn off the processor after it made 1 token. That was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet. Retro Frame Artifact versus Retro Frame Artifact. Definitely a keeper. We have a pretty nice curve out, potentially. It's a better chance the Survivor can attack than there is the Frontliner. So... Unless they do that. Luckily, I can disfigure him and not have to worry about all the nonsense he can do. Feels pretty good to be able to go disfigure, Frontliner, only 2 mana. We really need to draw a 3rd land, but luckily at least we have a couple of 2-drops, so it's not that urgent. It's getting urgent though. So I think we probably just attack for 1. And leave up mana for Paratrooper here. Right? Okay. So let's attack them for 1. And Warplow or Mineworker? I think Mineworker. Hey, there's a 3rd land. How good is naming Human or Soldier? Not that good. Not terrible, though. I guess Soldier's a better thing to name right now, actually. So, let's play Automaton. Name Soldier. Attack with Survivor. I don't think we really want to trade Mineworker for Rager. I mean, it's just not that exciting. The reason I named Soldier is because I can bring back the Frontliner. Ooh, that's bad. They can attack me here and drain a life, too. And for that reason, I think we do kind of want to block now. Make them at least have to recast that. Yeah. I need removal, please. So let's play our Puppeteer. Yep, bring back your Rager. Do you attack us for 2 and drain us for 2? No. Oh, that was actually a Rager they cast from their hand. Spicy. Okay, so now let's bring back our Frontliner. And we're going to attack with Puppeteer and Frontliner. So they can double block it, and I think they probably do, but because I get to reanimate something, I'm not too broken up about it. I think we probably get Paratrooper back. Especially because we named Soldier. And then we'll also play the Thopter. I've got a lot of mana and a lot of life. I don't like it. Here comes a Rager. Okay. Well, we're going to attack in the air. And then play a big War Plow. We do have the ability to do a ton of damage. I'm just worried. Yeah, that's not good. We do still have a really good construct in our deck, which is sweet. I think I attack with Goring Warplow here. They have to block it with 2 things to kill it. And because it has Death Touch, no matter how they block, I get to kill 2 things. So, interesting. So, there is... Is it better to pump my Warplow here, save it, and kill both of these? It actually might be. It probably is. I want to play the Self-Assembler pretty bad, but this seems too good. They didn't realize. I think they blocked, and they were like, oh, shoot. Hopefully they don't use that ability. And then I was like, I think this is better. Taking a while to find our next opponent, huh? Off to a good start with this one. Hopefully it's not the inverse of our last deck where we had a bad start and then managed to win 7, though. Alright, pretty good. Hey, Survivor of Corliss. Hey, that's funny. They're an actual soldier deck, it would appear. I don't currently plan on playing the Revoker because there's not really anything I want to name. So they'd probably play out the Mine Worker. You can't play anything that can block a Survivor. That's part of what makes it a little better in this format than it looked. I mean, partly the format's aggressive and all the 1 and 2 drops are better, but There are so many 2-drops that Survivor can attack through without even being augmented in any way, shape, or form. So, it's pretty good. They probably don't attack me now, unless they have something good to play in their second main phase, I guess. Okay, they probably do. No, that's not that good. Alright, so we definitely attack with Mineworker. Our opponent's plan is to ramp. We'd like to stop it. And I can, so I think I probably do. I would have rather they blocked, because this is a more fragile way to stop this from happening, but, you know. This Revoker has been pretty clutch so far. It's had something to do every time we played it. If they do kill it, we can actually recommission, which is kind of hilarious. I think they're trying to use the ability. It's kind of what it looks like when they hover over it. Maybe not. Maybe not. They do have a pretty good attack, unfortunately. I could trade for the heart, but with all of the... There's just so much they could have that's bad news for us, so... Didn't seem great to me. So I guess we play Gigamole here. Yeah. Might set up a recommission target. May just draw us a card. A 3/4 is pretty good on this board. See if we have to make a decision. We do not. He's a 3/4. I wouldn't have wanted to draw all 3 of those, but drawing like 2 of them might have been okay. Yeah, don't really have a good attack here to speak of, so we'll just pass. At least a 3/4 is good on the board. 2/3 wouldn't have been bad, but obviously 3/4 is even better. Oh, that's sad. Poor thing. Does our opponent bring the thunder here? They could, I guess, have the white removal spell and name planes there or something, but... I think if the heart attacks me again, I think I block it here with Revoker. There's a trick somewhere. Okay, well that makes sense. Yeah, so I think we block with Revoker here. They could still have military whatever, the one white mana aura. That would be kind of bad. I'm not ultra afraid of their board, but they're not in terrible shape. Oh, hello. Well, that's going to help. So yeah, play Gix. Attack with Mineworker. Draw a card. Play Corliss. Seems good. I guess if I hit a land, I can recommission for the Revoker. But I don't know that that's better. Survivor of Corliss is just a better blocker right now. We do hit a second land. Yeah, I think Survivor's just better here, funnily enough. Against a bunch of X1s. I could name Scrapwork Cohort with my Revoker now. Recommissioning Gix is on the menu too, which is nice. Looks like they're going to recommission first, though. They can ramp now, and I can't do anything about it. Interesting. I mean, it's tempting to recommission for the Revoker, but that's probably pretty greedy. I think just playing an evasive creature here is probably fine. We're not that far away from this ability. Which is kind of wild. Could just play the War Plow, which is obviously a huge creature. It's not terrible. But I think evasive creature when I have Gix around is probably a little better. Hopefully they don't have whatever they're trying to ramp into. That's what I'm hoping. Scatter Ray, huh? That is annoying. I can bring it back for a turn though, including this turn, which I think is just what I do, because I get to draw another card. Yeah. Ends up being a pretty good exchange for us overall. Morning, Huckabee. I am feeling better. Otherwise, I wouldn't be streaming. Nice. We got this combo going again, although we're not going to have an evasive creature next turn. I could have recommissioned and named Heart, but I don't think that's that impressive, frankly, right now. Heart was the only thing they could bring back, so they may not even really want it. They just needed to put a body on the board. I mean, in top deck mode, there is the chance they don't have something to ramp into, but they probably have a lot of things they could ramp into. So with recommission in our hand, I am seriously considering blocking with Gix here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it. Yeah, I thought there might be a trick, which is less good, but obviously I can bring Gix back, so I'm not too upset about it. Their hand is empty again. Okay. So, recommission, get back Gix. He gets a counter this time. How about that? Do I want to play a small War Plow here? Seems like a big War Plow is going to be pretty good. The reason I'm considering it is because I think maybe we want to do Ambush Paratrooper, but, you know, I think just playing Gixie and Puppeteer is pretty good here, too. Unfortunately, we don't have a real attack this turn, so I could attack with Survivor, but it wouldn't accomplish much. I am willing to trade the Puppeteer for the Heart as well. I get back our Revoker, and I would name Scrapwork Cohort, I guess. Even though this combo is great, I don't, like, have to have it, you know. Wonder whether they have Corrupt or one of the other monocolor payoff cards. This is a silly ability. I mean, it's can be good, but you know, most of the value just comes from the card draw. I know I didn't have the flu or COVID. Might have been RSV, which is going around like everywhere. Yeah, I mean, I think we go for the block. Get back our Revoker. And name Scrapwork Cohort. Yeah, that's pretty gross. Pretty gross sequence. Especially with Survivor of Corliss over there. We do have the mana for this ability now, but just playing out cards in our hand is way better. I guess I start holding on to lands, though. So if we flood out, it's like flood insurance. Did I forget to gain a life? I think maybe I did. So playing a flyer is definitely our best bet here. And so I think we pass. I could play the big War Plow, but I'm not going to be able to attack with it either. Whereas the Paratrooper will actually be able to get in there, so I think we pass. I can also flash in the Paratrooper and use the ability. Like, I could do it all. So, could allow my Survivor of Corliss to kill something they didn't expect. Corrupt would be really bad, I think. Kill our Gix. Gain them 5. I don't know if we could overcome that. This has been a grindy one. Okay, so we may get to... May get to kill the heart. I mean, they're probably going to sack it if it would die. But I say make them do it. Oh, another military discipline. That does mean they just kill each other, though, so I'm kind of okay with that. I'm actually very okay with that. That's a 2-for-1, so... Of course, that thing has been back, like, multiple times, so it doesn't really feel like a 2-for-1, but, you know. Alright, let's gain back a life. Interesting. So... Yeah, Mineworker's still not a good attack because of their Survivor of Corliss, so... I think we just get in with the Paratrooper, draw a card, and then play both of these. Seems like a pretty good turn. Like I said earlier, we probably do hold on to lands from now on. Like that one. For the ability. Let's play a huge War Plow. And a Frontliner. We'll have much better attacks next turn, thanks to Paratrooper plus Frontliner and whatnot. Let's not forget to gain a life. It does matter a little with Gix around. You know, the only awkward thing about holding onto lands, I probably don't do it, actually, because being able to use Paratrooper's ability twice could really matter later. Trying to decide if I want to get in with attack with Frontliner and buff Mineworker, so that the best they can do with it is trade. I don't think so, though. I think just attacking with these two is fine. I don't currently have plans to post like a Brawl video right away, but it could happen. Every now and then I get more interested in that format. Last time I did it was because New Capenna was so bad, so I had to do something. So they might have the white removal spell. Corrupt is a sorcery, so I know they can't do that. Just a solo block? Okay. Ah. It is a soldier, too. That's some pretty gross value, and not something I can do anything about. I think I want to hold up. Yeah, I think because I want to play Airlift Chaplain here and maybe play what I draw, I think not using the ability makes sense. All right, so let's play Airlift Chaplain. Automaton's pretty nice. Yeah. Naming Soldier's pretty good. Construct. Phyrexian's not bad. Corrupt is 6, it's true. That's a good point. Still not sure what I want to name, actually. I guess Soldier. Yeah. This has been a grindy one. So what do you bring back? Burnished Heart again? Yep. 3, 4, 7, 8. Good news is I can still attack with the Paratrooper effectively here. And we do get to scry 2 at the end of their turn as well. I mean, I feel like we're in a winning position. They're just making it very difficult. Like everything we're doing is being reduced to as little of a problem as possible, basically. I guess maybe they're thinking about attacking here. All right, let's find a disfigure. No thank you and no thank you. Man, I forgot to gain a life again. Man, our self-assembler doesn't have anything to find. How sad is that? Okay. Up to 9 mana. So, who's gonna rumble? Got lots of options. That's definitely rumbling. So's that. I think that's all. Don't think we quite have the juice yet to attack effectively enough. with everything. I mean, we're close, but I think we have to be a little more conservative still. They don't have very good blocks. I mean, because I can use this ability. And do I use the ability? Probably not, because again, I may draw things I want to cast. I mean, I could use it once, but then I can't cast Self-Assembler, which isn't the greatest thing to cast, but it is a thing. So I think just hitting them for 5 here is fine. Ooh, hello. Oh, not actually that great here. Alright. Pretty sure we don't have anything to search up. We'll take a look anyway, but I think Mine Worker's right here and Autonomous Assembler's right there, so we should be able to win this next turn, and you know, barring something amazing. Finally get there. One more land and we can use the ability twice, and that would obviously definitely get us there. Alright, so they finally scoop. Okay, not our most ideal hand, but it's fine. Need to get a creature in here somewhere before turn 4. And we do it. It's the very impressive Mine Worker. Look out. Probably getting disfigured. That's okay, though. Means the Puppeteer can reanimate it when it dies in a few turns. I could also recommission it, but that doesn't seem great. I mean, I could definitely do it. Gives me a 3-2, but I think we hold on to recommission for now. It would give me something to add to the board this turn, which is nice, but... Alright, well, we're going to disfigure your creature now, and... Okay, so I think we definitely play out the Puppeteer. Knowing that the best they can do is a 2-for-1 for the most part always feels good. I have to go to 19. Well, we're going to attack. I think we just leave up mana to play a big War Plow. I mean, not leave up mana, but hold out on playing the War Plow to play a big War Plow, because playing a 1/1 Death Touch there, not exactly super cool. All right, we take 2. Wow, we can go slam back-to-back big War Plows. That's kind of fun. All right, attack with Puppeteer. Does it die? Nope. Then we play a big ol' War Plow. Ambush Paratrooper. Disenchant. Alright. Yeah, that does kill the first War Plow. Ooh. They're a corrupt deck. Worth keeping that in mind. We do get to reanimate something, softening the blow. We definitely attack for 2. Then play another big War Plow. Do they have another Disenchant? No, but they do have a Cavalry, which is pretty good. There's our Cavalry. We don't have a thing to put a counter on, which is going to happen in our deck, unfortunately. But it's passable. So let's attack with War Plow here. What do? Yeah, chump block. Then we play our own Cavalry. Let's remember to gain life at the end of their turn. We don't have anything to recommission, otherwise that's what we would do. Okay, so they go to 11. I like that part. They have 4 mana and Some of it can be used for a prison sentence, unfortunately. I kind of think I'm in a spot where I have to block, which I don't love, but I can recommission if I have to. If I don't draw anything else to do, that is what I'll do. We do draw something else to do, and it's better than recommission because it gives me a body. Nice. So, you know, they do have the means to do a bunch of damage right now. If only I had the mana to recast the War Plow. I mean, I could play it as a Death Toucher. Alright, we're definitely playing her. Just feels like I have to grab something that I can play this turn. The only bummer is if I take Mine Worker, I can't recommission it. So maybe I just want the War Plow and I do play it as a Death Toucher. Yeah, that's fine. I think that is what we're going to do. That way we still have recommission for next turn online. Both forms of War Plow in play. Oh, no! Okay. Well, now we have to draw Disenchant. Pretty much. Do we have another removal spell that can kill a Steel Seraph? Nope. And we're dead in the air. Unless they do something really silly here. I guess I may as well attack first. I can't imagine they'll do something really silly, but you know. They have to block something, is what I mean. Yeah, so that happens. I don't have Disfigure in my hand or any way to draw it. Recommissioning doesn't accomplish anything. Yeah. We dead. Yeah, Steel Seraph is good. I haven't ever drafted Battle Bond or Conspiracy. Part of the reason I don't love those sorts of formats is because you only have a few chances to draft them, and part of what interests me about Limited is drafting a bunch and learning things. So those sorts of, like, premium draft sets are never nearly as interesting to me as a set I know I'm going to draft dozens of times, you know. Alright, pretty good hand. Will this be the inverse of our first deck where we started 1-2 and got to 7 wins? This time we started 4-0. So hopefully we don't drop to 4-3. Could happen. But hopefully it doesn't. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to play this turn, but that's okay. I'll be alright. Automaton name Soldier seems solid here. Yeah. I think that's what we're going to do. They can trade if they want to, but it's not a good trade. I probably play Gigamole this next turn. I I guess they're planning on attacking us pretty hard here. The good news is we can attack back for 5. No, they're not. No, they are. So, certainly a race we win right now. There's a disenchant. I don't really think I see a reason to use it right now. Let's attack them for 5. Play a Gigamole. Nice. We get Gix. Did also mill a Disfigure, which would have been nice, but I think the upside of getting the Gix was worth it. They could have an answer, but it's worth remembering we have 2 ways to get it back from our graveyard anyway. There is a danger that they can play out like a bunch of stuff and give it haste at some point, but I'm not super alarmed about that just yet. Are you about to kill my automaton? Yes, you are. And you're gonna hit me for 6. Okay. It's a little scary. Makes me feel more like I need to play a flyer than I did a minute ago. I think we still play Gix, though. I could play Gix and Disenchant, Bitter Reunion, but it's not that likely they can do lethal to us this turn. Let's see what we draw here. I'm definitely drawing... Okay. I think I'm going to disenchant Bitter Reunion because their chances of doing lethal to us drop pretty precipitously once we do that. So let's say they play another Wing Commando and like 1 spell. They can hit us for 6. And that's like a pretty likely outcome. If they cast 2 spells, we're dead. I can't disenchant it in response to them sacrificing, that's why. Because the reason I would do it now is because haste doesn't matter right now. And if I wait until their turn to do it, they can just sack it and give haste. Now, I could do it in response to them playing a creature. Which does leave things a little bit more open. Alright, so we're just going to pass. Leave up the disenchant. Hope they can't kill us here. Was it greedy to draw 2 cards there? Maybe. Okay. So we go to 6. They attack us for 3. I can live with it. This low on life, kind of do feel like I have to disenchant this now. If I disenchant at the top of the stack, there's no... Sack effects don't work that way. They're paying a cost, so it's already been paid and it's already on the stack. So disenchanting it in response doesn't do anything. It's not part of the effect. If it was part of the effect, you would be right, but it isn't. It's part of the cost. I don't really want to get Gix back. 5. I could do 5. That's not really enough, but... Okay. Here is the plan. Drop them to 4. Play Survivor of Corliss. Play Reconstructed Thopter. Play Emergency Weld. Can you kill me? There's a good chance they can. Yeah, they got me. That's kind of what I thought might be happening. All right, well, we've dropped from 4-0 to 4-2, so we're on our way. Yeah, it doesn't target anything, so it doesn't fizzle. It just says, creatures you control get haste. So the thing to remember is don't wait to use your disenchant on that card. That was frustrating. But that's kind of what those tempo decks do to you. You know, they like race you, and you're like, I think I can win this race. And then they're like, nope. I'm going to kill you with 1 creature. I think we have to mulligan this one. We do have a 2-drop and a 3-drop that are relatively easy to excuse me, to cast, but we have a double black card in our hand. We have 3 black cards total. So yeah, we've got a mulligan, and I'm glad I did. So I think we probably put the cavalry back and hold on to the lands and everything. Yeah. Works for me. That's a pretty good hand overall now. I mean, especially for 6 cards. Alright, so... I think we flash this in and then just figure that on our turn. I did that on the off chance we would draw a 2-drop, but we did not. Yeah, so attack for 1. Disfigure. Now I kind of wish I hadn't kept all 3 lands, but... What are you going to do? Okay, we don't have an artifact in there yet. But we might get one in there. When we use this. Yeah, there is an artifact. We definitely get Automaton back here. And we can use Loron to get back the Assembler, so we're in pretty good shape. Luckily, they don't have anything to sack. Pretty happy about that. Okay. They do stop us from attacking, you know, which is, I guess, what they're going for here. So yeah, I think we just go ahead and play Loran here. Get back the Assembler. Naming Human looks pretty appealing. Epic Confrontation. Burnished Heart again, huh? Well, I think I want to play a big autonomous assembler. let's attack with Loran here. Good chance they just get in for 3 because they're worried about this ability. Yep, we just get in for 3. I like it. Then we'll play this. They may have a way to deal with it, but let's make them deal with it, you know? Make them spend their turn casting Shoot Down or something like that. So naming Human is pretty good. Would buff 2 creatures plus the Survivor. Or Overwhelming Remorse. It's a little more efficient. So they can, like, set up a double block on our Loran here now. And make me use up my turn. But I don't actually have to do that. Like, if they decide to double block, okay, they don't block at all. Works for me. So let's play Survivor. And then the Automaton. And we're going to name Human here. I could have done it before combat, but I wanted to be able to leave this ability up as a threat, you know? Alright. They deal with the problem, unfortunately. If I draw Gix, it would let me get this back. Alright, so we're going to take 3. Let's play Aeronaut's Wings. You know, probably shouldn't have done that. Doesn't really accomplish anything here. Except now they know I can't use Loran's ability, but I think that's okay. I mean, Ambush Paratrooper's ability. Okay, so let's just empty out our hand the rest of the way. With Ambush Paratrooper in play, that's an appealing option. They're going to ramp here. And the Golem would be bad. The gain 6 life Golem would be very bad. But I feel like they would have just slammed it if that was what they had. That one is less of a problem by like a lot, so I'm pretty happy about it. Okay. Drawing more mana would have been nice, but I think we just swing out here. Yeah. So that drops them to 1 if they don't have something here, and they do. Well, actually still drops them to 1, now that I think about it. They can make a huge token here. Oh, I forgot it has haste. Ooh, that's bad. Bad job on my part. Really overlooked the haste there. Should have left back something, obviously. That's funny. We had our first draft of the day started 1-2, and then we went 7-2. This one started 4-0, and then we went 4-3. It's a good day overall, but kind of funny. And I may have thrown that last game away because I forgot about the haste on that Golem.